Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Unbeliever for Heretic on the Thou Art a Smite-Meister difficulty played through Russian Heretic. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E2M5, Caduceus Hall. Let's begin. Alright, let's start off by going forward, then going backwards, so we don't get hit by the undead warrior throwing axes at us. We're gonna go back here to grab the crossbow, and we're just gonna ignore the undead warrior for the time being and just head up this area right here so we can finally start firing at these enemies. There should be a number of disciples, but there's also a dragon claw which we can use on all these guys. But we might run out of ammo rather quickly, so let's save some stuff up, shall we? Now if you take damage, you shouldn't be too worried about it because there's plenty of crystal vials out here in the open. Since we woke up all the enemies, we can kind of just let them wander around a bit. And we can just pepper down these guys with the weapons we have right now. Just a little bit, at the very least. It all comes to a point where you'll just want to try dodging their projectiles. Which is kind of the whole point of Heretic, really. Anyways, if you're lucky, some enemies will drop extra ammo for you. Most of the time, you'll have to deal with, like, golems dropping, you know, wand ammo and stuff like that. But aside from that, it's pretty much RNG for all the other enemies, though. So you might have to save up some ammo. I should probably mention at this point, yes, I am using the Heretic MIDI pack for this level set too. This is not a MIDI that's exclusive to Unbeliever or anything. So don't let it fool you. Anyways, once you cross that lined up right there, this area opens up with the Tome of Power and this part that you can press, which will raise a lift that leads up to that area. We're gonna go back up to this part because it's repopulated with enemies. And unfortunately, I'll have to use a Dragon Claw on them since, well, I don't have to, but there are, like, ghostly undead warriors there. Well, ghostly golems, even. The undead warriors are regular. And there's a bunch of imps. Crossbow's good against them, though. I'm using the hit scan weapons to get rid of the ghostly golems, since it's ideal against them. More so than a crossbow, at least. Now, some things might happen. You might get the undead warriors to attempt to infight with the ghostly golems, but it might be no use because the axes go just straight through them. So unfortunately, I'll have to use the big bolt right there. Well, we can finish them off now. And in here, it's a lot of health, another Tome of Power. And now, we can get rid of these guys. I don't have a lot of ammo for any weapon except the crossbow, so I'll use it against them. Hopefully the auto-aim and the enemy's movement should allow you to get good shots against them like that. And when you're done, you can do some sick platforming over to this part, and then finally over to here. And now, we're gonna leg it. Because over here is a Ring of Invincibility. I'm gonna pick that up, thank you very much. That's a secret, by the way. And now, use it, and then head straight for the Lich. And if that don't work, we'll do it again. I'll fire one shot to get these guys out of the way. They'll close the distance with you either way, so it shouldn't be too bad. Now, the reason why I'm getting rid of the Lich now, because I get to use a flamethrower against them. And now, you have an excuse to use the Morphobum. Yeah, chickens everywhere. And you got 2 Tomes of Power. And 2 Mystic Urns too, one's over here. Now using the Morphobums really removes the inconvenience that these disciples would give you, because there's quite a number of them out here. Once you've gotten rid of the Iron Lich and everything, you should have an opportunity to make sure you grab the yellow key, which you probably did at this point, which is probably what activated the whole encounter. Now when you're done with that, you can just cross this. You might need to make sure you're healthy enough to cross it though, because it's a damaging lava pool. But you can go through the portal after that, and then open this area up, and then finish off the saber claws. I'm going to use the staff just to poke them. And that should be all the enemies. And all the items and secrets. We did it. That was Caduceus Hall. And yeah, it's a little bit of a tougher map, but you know, it's still very doable. It's mostly the final area where the disciples come after you. That's when the actual challenge begins, and the Lich. So I recommend going straight for the Ring of Invincibility whenever you can. Anyways, we are done with this video. Stay tuned for the next one where we go into E2M5. But until then, toodaloo.